I never imagined my own sister would ruin my wedding. But on the most important day of my life, she walked into the ceremony, held up fake pregnancy reports, and flipped my world upside down. My fiancé abandoned me. My parents kicked me out, and the girl I supported for years grinned while watching me fall. What she didn't realize was simple. When I walked out of that house, I didn't leave broken. I left unstoppable. My name is Sarah and I'm 28 years old. I always thought my wedding day would be the start of my new life, simple, peaceful, and full of joy. That morning, everything looked perfect. My dress was ready. The makeup artist had just finished and the venue team sent a message saying, "Everything is set." I took a deep breath and smiled at myself in the mirror. Then my sister walked into the room. She hugged me too tightly, tighter than usual, and said, "Wow, Sarah, you look beautiful." Her voice sounded sweet, but her smile didn't feel right. It seemed forced. While I fixed my hair, I noticed her standing behind me, staring at my phone on the table. She picked it up and tapped the screen lightly. "Why are you touching my phone?" I asked. She quickly put it down. "Oh, I was checking if your fiancé messaged." Something fell off. Her hands were shaking. She kept biting her lip like she was hiding something. A few minutes later, she stepped into the bathroom, not knowing I could hear her through the door. She whispered on the phone, "Just wait. She won't be married today. I have everything ready." My entire body froze. I stood still, holding my breath, trying to understand what she meant. Was she talking about me? She walked out again, acting normal, acting innocent, acting like the perfect sister, ready to go. She asked with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. In that moment, a small fear started growing inside me. A feeling that something awful was about to happen. But I told myself not to overthink. I told myself it was my wedding day and nothing could go wrong. I was wrong. Very, very wrong. The wedding hall looked stunning when I arrived. Soft lights, fresh flowers, music playing in the background. Everything felt like a dream, finally coming true. Guests smiled at me as I walked in. Some hugged me, others snapped pictures. For a moment, I forgot the strange feeling my sister gave me earlier. My fiancé stood at the front with a gentle smile. My heart eased a little. Then everything changed. Just as the ceremony began, my sister suddenly rushed forward and shouted, "Stop the wedding!" The entire hall went silent. Even the music paused. People turned to look at her, confused. My stomach twisted. My hands went icy. She stood in the center of the aisle holding a few papers. Her voice shook, not from fear, but from excitement. She pointed straight at me and yelled, "Sarah is pregnant. She cheated on her fiancé. I have the medical report right here." Gasps filled the room. Guests covered their mouths. Some stepped back from me, like I had done something unforgivable. My fiancé's face turned pale. He looked at the papers, then looked at me. "Sarah, is this true?" he asked quietly. I shook my head desperately. "No, it's not. I never—" But my sister cut me off, waving the papers. "Oh really? Then explain this. Her name is on the report. The dates match. She lied to all of us." My breath caught in my throat. I felt like the floor was trembling beneath me. People whispered, "She cheated. Wow, on her wedding day. This is unbelievable." I tried to speak, but my voice cracked. "My sister is lying. Those papers are fake." But no one listened. My sister held the papers higher, pretending to cry. Fake tears, fake pain, fake concern. She was an actress, and everyone believed her. My fiancé stared at me with hurt in his eyes. Then, right there in front of everyone, he took out the wedding ring and dropped it on the floor. "I can't marry someone who lies to me," he said, turning his back. My heart shattered, and that was the moment I realized. The person who destroyed my life wasn't a stranger, it was my own sister. The ride home was silent. I sat in the back seat of my parents' car, still wearing my wedding dress, the dress I never got to walk down the aisle in. My sister sat beside me, pretending to wipe tears. She kept sniffing loudly, as if she were the victim. I stared out the window, my mind blank. When we reached home, my mother walked straight to the living room and said sharply, "Sit. We need to talk." I sat on the couch quietly. My parents stood in front of me. My sister sat next to them, acting weak and innocent. My father folded his arms. "Sarah, why would you lie about something so serious? The whole family is embarrassed." My throat tightened. "Dad, I didn't do anything. The report is fake. I'm not pregnant." My sister gasped dramatically. "You're still lying after everything." I turned to her slowly. "Why did you do it?" She widened her eyes, pretending to be shocked. I was only trying to protect your fiancé. He deserved to know the truth. I almost laughed, but it came out as a painful breath. My mother stepped forward. Your behavior has caused too much stress. Maybe you should stay somewhere else for a few days. I blinked. You're asking me to leave. I whispered. My sister spoke softly. It's better for everyone, Sarah. We need peace. That word peace hit me hard. Was I the problem now? The girl whose wedding was ruined was now being treated like she caused it. I took a slow breath. You want me gone? I asked. Neither of my parents said no. They just looked away. So, I stood up. Fine, if they wanted me out, I would leave. But before I went to my room, I said quietly, I want you to remember one thing. I pay this house's electricity. I pay your Wi-Fi. I pay your rent when you're short. I pay the grocery bills. And I pay her college fees. My sister froze. Her smile vanished. My parents looked confused. My mother said, Sarah, don't create drama. I cut her off. It's not drama, it's truth. A heavy silence filled the room. Then my sister whispered quickly, she's lying. I pay for my own college. I looked at her with disbelief. With what? You don't even have a job. For the first time all day, she had no words. But my parents still didn't defend me. They still didn't question her. They just said, Sarah, we don't want fights. Please leave for now. That was it, their final answer. I walked to my room, packed my clothes, zipped my suitcase, and took one last look at the place I'd called home. It wasn't home anymore. It never had been. I walked out quietly without another word. Nobody tried to stop me. That was the day I realized. Sometimes your biggest enemies are sitting in the next room. I reached my best friend Mia's apartment, with swollen eyes and a suitcase in my hand. She opened the door and hugged me before I even said a word. Stay here, she whispered. No questions, just rest. Her kindness broke me in a way my own family never had. That night, after taking a long shower and changing out of my ruined wedding dress, I finally sat down with my phone. Dozens of missed calls from my mother. More from my father. None from my sister. I didn't call back. Instead, I opened my payment apps. For the first time in years, I clicked the cancel button. Rent, canceled electricity bill, stopped Wi-Fi, stopped water, stopped grocery account, removed sister's college fee, disabled. It took me less than 3 minutes to shut down everything I had been paying for years. I stared at the screen and felt something strange. Not guilt, not fear, freedom. The next morning, the messages started coming. First, my mom, Sarah, why is the electricity off? Did you forget to pay again? Then my dad, the internet isn't working. Your sister has online classes. Fix this. I didn't reply. An hour later, Sarah, the landlord called. Rent wasn't paid. He's threatening eviction. Call us now. I still didn't respond. Mia walked into the living room, holding coffee and asked, You okay? I showed her the messages. She smirked. They're realizing your worth after kicking you out. Good. But the real storm hit around noon. My phone buzzed nonstop. 17 messages, all from my sister. Wow, Sarah, seriously, you left and now you're trying to ruin us. Pay the bills back or don't show your face again. I stared at the screen and felt nothing. She had destroyed my wedding. She had stained my name. She had smiled while breaking me. Now she expected me to keep paying her college. Not anymore. By evening, the chaos got worse. My father called. Your sister is crying. Why are you punishing us? Punishing them. All I did was stop taking care of everything. For years, they depended on me. For years, they treated me like a wallet. Now that the wallet closed, their world collapsed in less than 24 hours. But I didn't know that the biggest shock was still coming. A message from an unknown number popped up at night. I think you should see this. Your sister planned everything. I have proof. My heart stopped. The bridesmaid, the one who saw everything, the one who disappeared during the wedding. She had a video and it would change everything. When I saw the message from the unknown number, my heart raced. I hesitated, then opened it. It was from Lena, one of my bridesmaids, the quiet one who left the hall right before my sister created the fake drama. Her message said, I recorded something by accident. You need to see it. She sent a video file. My hands trembled as I pressed play. The videos started inside the dressing room, the same room where I was getting ready earlier. The camera was shaky, like she had turned it on without realizing. Then I heard a voice. My sister's voice. She was standing near the mirror with another girl holding the same fake medical papers she later showed at the wedding. She wasn't crying. She wasn't stressed. She was smiling, laughing. In the video, she said, "This will destroy her wedding so perfectly. She thinks she's better than me. Let's see how she explains being pregnant today." The girl next to her whispered, "Are you sure?" "This is too much," my sister replied. "I don't care. She gets everything. Guys like her. Opportunities like her. I'm tired of living in her shadow. Today she loses." My eyes filled with tears. Not from pain, but from shock. My sister planned everything. The fake report, the accusation, the humiliation. She wanted me to suffer and she enjoyed it. I froze as the video ended. Mia grabbed my hand. "That's enough proof to shut her down forever," she said. But I wasn't ready for what happened next. My phone buzzed again. A second message from Lena. "Your ex-fiancé and his family need to see this. They deserve to know you were innocent." Before I could reply, my phone rang. It was a number I recognized. My ex-fiancé's mother. I almost didn't pick up, but Mia nodded at me. I answered. Her voice sounded stiff but calmer than before. "Sarah, we saw the video." I closed my eyes. She continued, "We are shocked. Your sister lied. My son is devastated. He wants to talk to you. He wants to apologize." I didn't respond. Then she said quietly, "You didn't deserve what happened. I'm truly sorry." When the call ended, I sat in silence. My sister ruined my wedding, but the truth, the real truth, had finally come out. And now the people who blamed me, the people who abandoned me, the people who threw away my life in one moment, they were the ones reaching out, my ex-fiancé included. But what he wanted from me, and what I chose to do next, would shock everyone. Later that evening, my phone buzzed again. This time it was a message from my ex-fiancé. "Daniel, can we talk? Please, I'm outside your friend's apartment." My heart skipped a beat. I looked at Mia. She raised an eyebrow. "You don't have to go," she said softly. But I needed answers, not for him, for myself. So I stepped outside. Daniel was standing near his car, holding a small box in his hands. When he saw me, his face fell. He looked guilty, ashamed. Completely different from the man who had thrown the ring away without listening. He walked closer. "Sarah, I'm so sorry." His voice cracked. "I saw the video. I can't believe your sister did that to you. I should have trusted you. I should have stood by you." I crossed my arms. "Why didn't you?" I asked quietly. He swallowed hard. I panicked. Everyone was staring. "Your sister had proof. My parents were pressuring me. I made the worst mistake of my life." I nodded slowly. "You believed a fake report over the woman you were about to marry." My voice was calm, not angry, just honest. Daniel took a deep breath. "I want you back. I want to fix everything. I still love you." He opened the small box in his hand. Inside was the same wedding ring he dropped on the floor, bent and scratched. "I kept it," he whispered. "I was wrong. Can we start over?" I looked at the ring for a long moment. It wasn't just a ring to me anymore. It was a reminder of the moment he chose my sister's lie over my truth. I finally shook my head. "No, Daniel, trust doesn't break slowly. It breaks in 1 second, and you broke it." He went silent, his eyes filled with regret. "I understand," he said quietly, "but just know you didn't deserve any of this." I stepped back. "You're right, I didn't." He nodded, wiped his face, and whispered, "I hope you find someone who never doubts you, not even for a second." Then he left. I walked back inside, feeling lighter, not sad, not angry, just free. Mia hugged me as soon as I entered. "You did the right thing," she said. And for the first time in days, I truly believed it. The truth had come out. The apology had come. The ring had returned. But there was still one person who hadn't faced consequences. My sister, and her downfall was just beginning. After Daniel left, I stood near the window for a long moment, watching the streetlights glow. For the first time in years, I felt something I had forgotten. Peace. Not the quiet peace of a silent house, but the peace that comes when you finally choose yourself. The next morning, everything shifted for my sister and my parents. Her college called. The forged medical report had triggered an official investigation. She was suspended immediately. The landlord came again, this time with a final notice. Without my payments, the house was sinking fast. And the best part, the entire family now knew the truth about what she did to me. Everyone had watched the video. My sister spent the whole day calling me, crying, begging, blaming, then begging again. But I didn't pick up. Not once. For years, I paid for her education. For years, I paid every bill in that house. For years, I carried a family that never carried me back. Not anymore. I didn't go home. I didn't fix their problems. I didn't rescue anyone. Instead, I accepted a new job offer, a higher salary, a better team, and a fresh start. I signed a lease on a small but beautiful apartment with big windows and sunlight in every corner. As I stood in the empty living room on my first night there, I whispered to myself, I didn't lose a wedding. I lost people who never deserved me. And that is the truth, because sometimes life doesn't fall apart to punish you. It falls apart to remove the people who are blocking your path. I learned something powerful. Family isn't who shares your blood. Family is who doesn't destroy your life when they get the chance. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and smiled. My sister tried to break me, but she built a stronger version of me instead. Asterisk.